shining throughout the years. We empower to heal the world. There is hope, assistance with disasters. There is shelter and love for our people. We can work together to help those in need. So volunteer with us and donate to show you care. There is hope, assistance with disasters. There is shelter and love for our people. We can work together to help those in need. So volunteer with us and donate to show you care. Together, let's build a more resilient Bahamas. Community farming for food security. Climate programs suited for our island country. Together, let's build a more resilient Bahamas.
This message brought to you by the Bahamas Red Cross Society in conjunction with the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
Your number one team in the north. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that is going to do it for us here in the north. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thanks so much for tuning in. The Bahamas Tonight is coming your way next.
In the Bahamas Tonight at 11, a mother's forgiveness in the face of her daughter's killer decades-long sentencing. Tragedy hits another family following another industrial accident here in the capital. And what pushed police to hit the ground in an inner-city community? The Bahamas Tonight at 11 starts now.
The Bahamas Tonight at 11, the final word starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the broadcast. Topping late night news, the sentencing of a man accused of murdering a preteen girl just over a year ago, a story that gripped the nation. While the wounds still cut deep for the victim's family, today's development, at the very least, brings closure to a still painful chapter. Cleopatra Murphy has all the details.
It was a gut-wrenching day in court for the family of 12-year-old Adriel Moxey as her rapist and killer 39-year-old Chris Tyrone Ferguson was handed a 40-year sentence by Justice Wilhelmina Archer-Mins. In court, the 12-year-old's mother, Sasha Moxey, and adopted father wept, clutching each other for support. Her adopted father's grief was audible. He at one point lay his head in his lap crying as prosecutors detailed Adriel's final moments on November 18, 2024, ultimately leaving the room before the sentence was handed down, noting, "I can't take it anymore." Ferguson was sentenced 40 years for murder, 15 years for unlawful sexual intercourse, and 1 year for unlawful detention with the intent to have sexual intercourse. The prosecutor and Archer-Mins detailed the preteen, a 7th grade student at Anatole Rogers High School, had been walking home when Ferguson approached and told her he lived in the area, followed her onto a track road where he raped and eventually killed her. Ferguson, who accepted a plea deal, was asked by Justice Archer-Mins if he agreed that around 5:50 p.m. on November 18, 2024, he followed a female through a track road where he sexually molested her, put a belt around her neck, and pulled until she was lifeless. He agreed. Adriel's partially clothed body was found in a bushy area near Bonefish Pond on November 20, 2024, strangled to death. Ferguson's attorney says his admission of guilt reflects his willingness to accept responsibility, also reading a part of his admission statement to police. The 39-year-old detailed how he regretted taking an innocent life. He added, "I wish that I can change what I have done, but now I know it's too late, but I wish I can get mental health treatment." He added, "I know sorry cannot bring back a life, but that's all I can say right there." Justice Archer-Mins says Ferguson saved the court's time by admitting guilt, as he would have gotten much more time had the case gone to trial, but says she could not ignore that he snuffed out Adriel's young life. She says Adriel suffered a painful death and did not deserve to suffer in such a horrible manner, telling Ferguson that for the remainder of his natural life, he would carry the blood of Adriel on his hands. Adriel's grief-stricken mother recalls hearing the details of her daughter's last moments on Earth.
I was dreading this moment all this time to have what it actually happened. My heart just beating out my chest.
She added that while she forgives her daughter's killer, it does not lessen the pain.
I really deserve life, but how we admit to it, I guess he'd have to sign off and say he'd have to agree to that penalty. So I guess 4 years is all he'd agree to, I guess.
Further, she admits that it has been a period of adjustment for her family and Adriel's siblings.
They're doing all right. They're all going to school and trying to make it through. You know, the youngest ain't really noticed, but the oldest one, he's messed up.
While Adriel died tragically, Moxey says she wants her daughter to be remembered as a beautiful person that was full of life. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Thanks, Cleo. Now, as the wounds for that family begin to heal, another struggles with the reality of their own tragedy after the silence that fell over the Port International Industrial Park this morning was shattered by the blare of sirens. Amaya Moss has that story.
It was a somber scene that left one family grieving and an establishment in shock. The tragedy unfolded at Ports International in the Airport Industrial Park. Chief Superintendent of Police for the Western District, Kevin McGregor, provides further insight into the incident.
Shortly after 11 a.m., we received a call of an industrial accident that occurred at the site at Ports International. Officers responded to the scene, where information received is that a 49-year-old male, he was effecting some repairs on the forklift when there was some malfunction with the jack. He received significant head injuries as a result of that malfunction with the jack. EMS was informed. They came, they pronounced the body lifeless. Also the coroner, His Majesty's coroner, was also on the scene, and also a pathologist, so the body was examined. It's going to be taken to the Rand morgue for further inquiries, but this matter has been handed over to His Majesty's coroner for further investigations at this time.
Speaking on behalf of the family was sister-in-law Dolly Young. She described the deceased as a devoted family member, a provider, a steady presence, and someone deeply committed to those he loved.
He has always been like a brother to me. He was very family-oriented. He loved his wife, Leona, and his 3 children dearly. He was kind-hearted and kind-spirited. He would always come to my aid and assistance. He was excellent in terms of machinery work. And whenever I had any client or anyone who had a problem, I would say, Kirk could fix it. Kirk could fix it.
Ports International has indicated that a formal statement will be released in the coming days. The company suspended operations until further notice. This tragedy comes just days after a 51-year-old man was killed in an industrial accident involving another heavy machinery, marking the second workplace fatality in less than 2 weeks. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Amaya Moss.
Now fast forward to late this afternoon, and the coroner and a team of investigators scrambled to the scene of a police-involved shooting that's left 1 man dead. The incident taking place on Margaret Road, just off Shirley Street. Details are still sketchy at this time, but we understand that the man was killed in an enclosed yard practically opposite the exit of the Harbor Bay Shopping Center. This is, of course, a developing story that we will continue to follow for you. Well, a pretty busy morning, or day rather, for officers who around 9 a.m. responded to an anonymous call about gunshots being fired in the area of Ball's Alley off Shirley Street. Investigating officers later learned that 2 men, close relatives, were shot. Police telling us the victims were standing outside a home in that area when 2 men exited a white car parked in a nearby empty lot. The suspects reportedly opened fire in the victim's direction, wounding both of them, one in the head and chest, who's now listed in critical condition, the other in the right shoulder. He's said to be stable. As for the suspects, at last report, they were still on the loose. Well, meantime, senior police on the ground in Mason's Addition lending an ear to residents' concerns following a spate of shootings in that area. Chief Superintendent of Police responsible for community policing for urban renewal, Darby Pratt, says efforts like these are critical to rebuilding trust, gathering intelligence, and strengthening partnerships.
This area falls under the remit of Central Division. It's a big area, but once we collaborate and combine together, we put our resources together and we get into the communities. These communities are much densely populated and you have a lot of stuff going on. So we want to see really what's happening. We want to hear the concerns of the resident. We want them to tell us what they want us to do, and we will continue to do and patrol in these areas to see how best we can bring the community and the police together.
Coming up, voter fraud concerns debunked. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. That and more in a moment.
Step into a life of luxury and convenience with the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card. From earning premium cashback rewards on every dollar spent to enjoying comprehensive travel insurance, shop with confidence, knowing your purchases are protected. Our Platinum Concierge service turns your requests into reality, wherever life takes you. Let the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card be your passport to exceptional experiences. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
You're looking at a shot of the steeple of St. Matthew's Anglican Church, the oldest continuous church in the country at 224 years old. And that shot courtesy of our drone pilot, Kyson Miller. Thanks, Kyson. Welcome back. Plans to redevelop Grand Bahamas International Airport seeing a tangible movement. The government has signed an agreement with Manchester Airports Group. Work on the facility began in January, and the company's CEO and team are already engaged with a 3-month mobilization plan. That update coming straight from the mouth of the Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, the Honourable Philip Davis, during his address this morning to the one-day Business Outlook seminar in Grand Bahama.
This is the same group that operates some of the largest airports in the United Kingdom. They understand compliance, security, commercial operations, and airline relations. They manage the largest air cargo terminal in the UK, and a new business model for the Grand Bahama Airport includes integrating a vibrant air cargo business. They also manage U.S. pre-clearance airports, so they understand what's required to ensure Freeport is again certified for U.S. pre-clearance.
Prime Minister goes on to point out that the critical demand for the airport upgrade and its impact for Grand Bahama's economy and its future.
For airlines, that matters. It tells them gate assignments, turnaround times, and safety standards will be managed by a professional operator they recognize. For investors, it matters too. It signals that Grand Bahama is not just talking about being open for business, we are building the gates to prove it.
Well, still talking to tourism, though recent reports point to another year of record-breaking success with the tourism industry, some areas still require a closer look and a different strategy. And tourism officials say 2026 will bring both. Daniel Dean reports.
Director General of Tourism Latia Duncombe says the ministry is putting plans in motion to make our island more attractive to visitors. This comes after the central bank's 2025 fourth quarter report revealed that more than 12 million visited our shores, the vast majority cruise passengers. This contrasts with air arrivals, whose tourists spend much more. The numbers are again down.
We're getting ready to launch a 16-island tour where we look at all of the many benefits and resources of every island. The 1.6 decline that we saw in air arrivals compared to 2024, when we looked at those numbers, there was a number of disruptions and different things that happened across the destination. I can give you the full listing of what we've seen and classified as disruptions. But overall for us, we felt that the performance was strong.
One of those disruptions came just weeks ago with one of the worst winter storms in U.S. history. And with over 80% of the country's visitors coming in from the United States each year, Duncombe says this is a priority.
We're also diversifying our our visitors to ensure that we continue to grow and benefit in that space.
And speaking of ways to appeal to tourists, ground transportation is now an issue amidst ongoing debate on welcoming an internationally recognized ride-sharing app to our islands. Duncombe says the ministry is open to what it will mean for the product.
As it relates to the tourism product, we welcome opportunities in this space, and there is a process as it relates to the implementation, the coordination. There's a component of stakeholder engagement, and we're quite happy to be a part of that process as well.
Either way, Duncombe insisted 2026 will be a banner year for the country. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Danielle Dean.
Well, now that ground has been broken on the site, it's time now to get down to the real work of turning Baha Mar's 330-foot multi-million-dollar beachfront cable beach resort into a reality. Today marked the start of construction for the project seawall that's expected to take a few months, according to Baha Mar's president, Graham Davis. Designed by architectural firm Foster & Partners, the resort is expected to reflect timeless designs and oceanfront living, celebrating the natural beauty of the Bahamas.
Strategically positioned between SLS Baha Mar and Rosewood Baha Mar, this new resort will add a distinct yet complementary experience to the destination. Guests and residents will continue to enjoy seamless access to everything that makes Baha Mar special, from our 45 restaurants and lounges to the largest casino in the Caribbean, luxury retail, the expansive Baja Bay Water Park, championship golf, wellness, and world-class entertainment experiences. None of this would be possible without a strong partnership. This milestone reflects what is possible when government and private sector work together with a shared belief in long-term sustainable tourism growth and in the future of the Bahamas.
In other news, social media reports suggest it's a school exercise where students get a chance to emulate the voting process, but it's an issue the Parliamentary Registration Department is taking very seriously. And this, of course, amid concerns the department is using cards too loosely. Cleopatra Murphy tells us more.
Parliamentary Commissioner Harrison Thompson is refuting that the department issued voters' cards to minors following a social media post depicting the pictures of two underage boys on what appears to be Bahamian voters' cards. He says police are also investigating the matter.
They found the voters' card assigned to some adult who qualifies to be registered with the same number. So they evidently that's fake news, and we just want the public to know that we are serious about dealing with these type of issues, and we will leave no stone unturned until we get to the bottom of it.
While the post has sparked talk of voter fraud and individuals who are not eligible to vote possibly doing so in the upcoming general elections, Thompson says officials are on top of it, pointing out a difference between the cards on social media.
Examine the card completely to see that even the numbers are written, our numbers are not like that. So if somebody is doing something, and we hope that whoever's behind it will see some desist.
As political parties put their campaign machinery into full gear, the parliamentary commissioner says staff are continuously working to clean the register, with more than 16,000 names removed since 2017.
We're double-checking and triple-checking to make sure that we, at the end of the day, once the register is certified, that we the clean register that we could all be proud of. So it's a daily thing that we're doing here at the department.
Up to last week, Thompson says there were 197,510 names on the register, with more Bahamians registering daily. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Well, it's every shopper's dream to have an app that directs you to the best prices, giving consumers an edge and leaving retailers competing for the mighty dollar. In walks Price Pal, a joint venture between the Bahamas Trade Commission, Consumer Affairs, and the government. Our Lloyd Allen has more from a soft app launch set for public release within just weeks.
Price Pal, a new app now being introduced by the government, introducing consumers to real-time prices across the country. Here's a bit more about how this app will work for Bahamians.
One of the key features is it allows consumers to be able to compare prices across retailers, provide smart shopping lists, also price alerts.
Bahamian-owned and operated Novia Group is the company behind the development of the app now in its beta phase. Managing partner Valdez Williams, who was a part of showcasing the app's tools at a stakeholders meeting Monday, says PricePal is a national response to rising prices and leveling the competitive field for retailers across the country with the goal of aligning consumers with the best prices in a central and regulated location.
Building an ecosystem, and that's talking about back-end office, we're talking about consumer affairs management portal, we're talking about providing a system for retailers to update prices in real time. It's being able to support the app and the consumer with real information at their fingertips.
The app also spotting additional features like a living shopping list, alerts to new deals, as well as integrated prices for everyday products. You just saw the initial presentation of PricePal. What are your thoughts?
So for me, it's an awesome initiative by the government of the Bahamas. I love to see innovation and technology and the modernization of the consumer choice field. For me personally, I like to see those things that get added to my cart where I can get them delivered personally to my home.
This gives residents the variety to choose, to pick and refuse, to go where they're able to afford the prices and be able to mix their cart up.
I like the fact that they've gone out of the way to ensure that they collect data on the prices, not only here in New Providence, but around the Family Islands. I feel that what it does is create fairness in the market so that people who are interested in purchasing items can be able to compare prices in their neighborhood and be able to determine what store they want to select from or if they want to get certain items from different stores.
As exciting as the new app is, developers say during the beta phase they hope to identify challenges and are preparing for a March 2nd rollout, keeping the door open to continued enhancements. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
Winner take all Game 3s in the BAISS. Details of that story and more coming up in sports.
Like, what you grabbing all these pizzas, boy?
Wait, Marcos, wait. We have a special on all the large one-topping pizzas, wait.
Pineapple.
All.
Barbecue.
All. Hey, VAT included, but
I need the $10 special plate. How many would you like? 20 in it. Thank you so much, man. $10, that's it? The Marcos got that deal, boy.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
Welcome to your Thursday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Adriel Moxey, topping sports. 2 games on deck yesterday at the Kendall G. Isaacs Gymnasium. Winner take all Game 3s in the BAISS Basketball Championship Series in both the senior boys and senior girls. On the ladies' side, this one would be a close game throughout the Kingsway Saints and the St. John's Giants. The Giants would lead 7-6 after the first quarter, but the Saints would then pull ahead after the second at 15-12. Kingsway would hold on for a slim 23-21 lead heading into the final quarter. In the fourth, defense would prevail, and both teams would be locked. With just under 2 minutes to go, the Saints would go on to score 5 straight to take a 28-25 lead, and that would help them prevail for their second straight BAISS Senior Girls title with a 28-27 win.
It means everything. That was the goal from the jump. They say they had something coming for us, and we wanted to prove to them that we are the defending champs, and we're still going to be defending champs. And we're thankful. I thank God because it's a blessing to come and get a championship before we go out.
This means everything to me. I've been working for this basically my whole life. I brought I could get this with my teammates. We work hard for this. Our coach worked us hard, and I know we could have get it again. These back-to-back championship.
On the boys' side, the St. John's Giants lost game 1 of this series on a heartbreaking buzzer-beater three-pointer, their only loss on the season. But over the next 2 games, they would show their championship resolve in Game 2, taking that one by 32 points. Now, here in Game 3, the CW Saunders in the white would certainly bring their A-game after the Giants would go ahead by 7 points in the final minute of the game. The Cougars responded, desperately trying to pull off the comeback win. They would finish in a transition here to cut the lead down to 2 in the final 40 seconds. But unfortunately, the Cougars would just run out of time. The Giants celebrating the 57-55 victory and their second straight BAISS Senior Boys title.
It feels good, man. I know coming in the game, it was going to be a hard-fought game. Like I said, we have Coach Tim over there. Coach, he gonna make me work for it. I know it wasn't gonna be an easy game, and that's what we say. We came out, we gave a good performance, and we put on the show for the BAISS crowd.
Now, of course, talk about the game for us. You guys were up 13-1 in the first quarter. They managed to back and turn things around, but you guys were able to stay locked in. Talk about this game plan for us.
The game is a game of runs. You know, most of my guys are in foul trouble, so I was just trying to buy time. And Coach capitalized on it. Once my key guys was in foul trouble, they go onto the bench. He upped the pressure and he made us run. And that was expected. You know, like I said, the game is a game of runs.
I know that we was going to come up with the win, you know. We made plenty of mistakes in the game yet again, but, you know, we make up for it, and, you know, we came up with the win.
So in hoops, this time over in the Family Islands, the North Long Island High Basketball Jamboree set to celebrate its 34th year under the theme Battle for the Comeback. The event will take place next weekend at Millers Park. Organizer Jermaine Adderley tells us more.
As far as the competition, it's going to be very, very competitive. It's going to be competitive because both schools in Long Island, well, North Long Island High has a strong junior division, and NGM Major has a strong senior division, and from coaches and Andres, they're coming to try and take that away. They're coming with strong division, and of course, Inaugural is coming with 3 strong divisions as well in the intermediate boys, senior boys, and junior boys, hoping to take it to the south, while the defending champions from 2 years ago from Grand Bahama, they're hoping to come back and take the senior division. But it's going to be a lot of competition. It's going to be great camaraderie. It's going to be the comeback. We're coming back better. We're a little smaller this year than other years because this is our comeback, but we look forward to a great atmosphere. It's going to be great. The island's going to be out cheering for their home teams, and it's going to be some great competition. And the return of the tournament it's going to do wonders for the community, and everybody's excited about it.
So in hoops, this weekend set to be a major one for Bahamian rookie phenom VJ Edgecombe, as he will participate in the NBA's All-Star Weekend festivities. More specifically, the Rising Stars game in LA. And for one half of the aptly named duo VJ Max, he's certainly excited to be a part of the festivities.
Excited. I would have been a little more excited one day, but I'm excited, man. It's a blessing. It's a blessing to be on that stage in LA, so I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, man, just showing, it's all love. It's love between all 3 of us all the time, man. So, credit to them. Credit to T. Watt for spending his break with us. And obviously Tyrese got to be there.
He does have to be there.
So, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see Tyrese in the 3-point contest and All-Star game.
That's Look at Your Sports on this Thursday. I'm Amajal Knowles, signing out until tomorrow.
Well, it's time now for a weather check, and who better to do it than our chief meteorologist, Basil Dean. Basil?
Good evening, Makisha. That high-pressure system has backed off towards the east, and that will pave the way for the arrival of this frontal system, which will move into the northwest Bahamas tomorrow morning and bring with it a slight cool down over the next couple of days. Temperatures around the islands: Marshall, Babaco, 73, 72 in Greenville, Key, also Freeport at 72 degrees, the Berry Islands, 74, 72 in Alice Island, Bimini. Over in Harbor Island, 74 degrees there. Otterstown, Cat Island, San Salvador, Rumkey, and Georgetown, all at 74 degrees. 75s in Ragged Island, Clarence, Long Island, Crooked Island, Betsy Bay, McWarner, and also in Acklands, Matsutan, Agua, 76, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 74 degrees. Your forecast tonight, mainly clear, still pretty cool, 58 degrees for your low temperature. And tomorrow, we're looking at partly sunny with a couple of showers near that frontal boundary. That will take place during the late morning hours, with a high temperature getting up to 77 degrees. And your extended weather forecast, a few passing showers through the weekend, but come Monday, we'll see lots of sunshine return to our forecast, and yet another frontal system will go through on Monday, and that will drop those temperatures once again into the mid-60s. Makisha.
And that does it for the Bahamas tonight at 11. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. Thank you for watching, and good night.
At Harold One, I'm Ted Jervis, and this is ZNS.
Jamie, you could have at least